Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna pick out my May TBR. I have my TBR mug and my coffee mug. It's been a busy morning. In full transparency, I already filmed this. I only got one book in and then everything kind of went wrong. So I just decided to refilm it, put the book back, and start fresh. Okay, I'm thinking we're gonna pull 7 prompts. I'm going to try to show it to you first and see if it'll focus. And I added new prompts because that was very much needed. Title has 10 different letters in the title. So I have my TBR cart here, and then I also have all of these. This is all my physical TBR. So 10 different letters in the title. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at some of these books. All right, I have 3 options here that would work. They all have kind of like longer titles, but I have The Stars Undying by Emery Robin. This cover looks really cool. I also have Children of Fallen Gods. I almost picked this up in April. We're still in April, and just ran out of time. But this is the second book in the War of Lost Hearts series. I feel less like I'm gonna pick this one. And then I also have Glenn Cook's Chronicle of the Black Company. This is 3 books in one, and I've never heard anyone talk about this. I'm very curious, but this, okay, I'm really curious about this, but I think I'm gonna pick the Black Company. The Chronicles of the Black Company. This says, the blurb is like really vague. Darkness wars with darkness as the hard-bitten men of the Black Company take their pay and do what they must. They bury their doubts with their dead. Then comes the prophecy. The white rose has been reborn somewhere to embody good once more. That is it. Like, I have no idea what this book is about. I think it is, it's fantasy. And this has really good reviews on Goodreads, like a 4.5 or something. So I'm gonna pick this, and I'm very, very curious about this book, especially because I've never heard of it. All right. A book with chapter titles. I wonder if this has, I don't think it does. This has the name of the person. That's not exactly a title. I don't think that's a title. Does this book? I don't think this book has chapter titles either. So this has names as well. All right, not many of my books have chapter titles, but I found 2 that do. One, I'm really surprised it does. This one I'm not surprised. This is Diana Paxson's The Wolf and the Raven. This actually has a high rating on Goodreads. It's an older fantasy. This is a trilogy, I believe. On Goodreads I saw the first 3 books. Maybe it's longer than that. I don't know much about this, but it's so cute. And I love the like vintagey mass paperback. This is the Wooden's Children, book 1. Wooden's? I'm so upset that mass paperbacks are going to be like not made anymore. This says, they were children born to rival kings in a land cruelly ravaged by tribal warfare. At a tender age, they were taken from their home to be groomed for greatness. The Hun princess is entrusted to the mystical Wakarim to study the ancient arts of runecraft, and the young apprentice smith Siegfried sent to the woods to learn the ways of the wolf and the astonishing secrets of his skin-strong heritage. But their remarkable powers would soon eclipse those of their teaching, inspiring jealousy, treachery, deceit, and death. And through brutal challenges and magical trials, their paths would become one united Bernahild and Siegfried in perfect love and heroic glory. Their trials. That's kind of cool. Okay, so this is my first option. And then I'm surprised that this one has chapter titles. I did not expect that. The Blood of Fire. I want to read this series so bad, and I'm so nervous to read it. However, I have had the thought, this is indie published, I believe, and I'm really scared that this is gonna get, I guess I should really look this up. I'm almost positive this is indie published. I'm afraid that the covers are gonna change for these books, but I don't know if that would actually happen. This is, how many books are in this series? The cover is just so cool, and I know my sister is also gonna read this. And we were gonna read it together, but she's currently reading Mistborn, not Mistborn, the Lightseer trilogy. They're really long ones, so I don't know if she would want to read this with me right now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 books in this series, and then there are like novellas in between. So there are quite a few, but there are 5 like full books. When was this? Book 1 was published in 2021. Oh, you see, there is a new cover for book 1, I think because it got picked up. That's the new cover that came out this year. And that makes me nervous because I don't like this cover nearly as much. And this is the hardback. Yeah, I think. So if you see here, I'm right here, see their titles. Okay, I'm gonna have to have both of these, and I'm gonna speak to my sister and see if she'd be interested in reading this one right now, or when she would want to read it. But knowing that they could potentially change the paperbacks makes me want to read them so I can have them all in the correct editions. And I'm tired of like waiting for every series that I want to read, like just not reading them. So I'm gonna put both of these on the TBR for now. That's too hard, I can't decide. Let's pick book 3. Oh, this one's like hanging off the edge. Let's get that one. That's the thing with like indie published books. I love, like, always prefer the indie edition, and then they go and change it. Such an ugly cover, it feels like a hate crime. I love this one. Okay, such an ugly cover, it feels like a hate crime. It would be between these two. Never Let Me Go by Kaozu Ishiguro. I don't like this cover. Now, this is not, like, there are books with such worse covers. Like, this is not terrible. But I prefer the original cover, but I bought this used and didn't know which edition was coming, and just was like, that's fine. Okay. I don't understand why they have to, when books become movies, why do we get a movie cover? Why do they do that? I don't get it. Like, how I feel when a book becomes a movie, I'm like, oh no, I want the original book before I get a movie cover. There's a Kristen Hannon's books, I feel like 2 have been picked up for movies, and I'm like, dang it, I don't want the movie cover. Because Fireflies was picked up, and I hate the cover of that book now. But I didn't really like that book. So possibly this book. And then maybe this one. Now, this is just not my kind of cover. It's so colorful and like contemporary romance looking. And Colleen Hoover's name is on the front. I'm gonna pick this one because I do not like this cover. Like I want to cover it up. I wish I could be like the people on TikTok that like take books and tear them and then make pretty covers. This is like, I don't have another book that looks like this because I don't read a lot of contemporary romance. If a cover looks like this, I don't read it. But Leah Crumpton really loved this book and it seems like it's gonna be really interesting and sad. So, okay, well the blurb does sound really silly, but basic, so I'm not gonna read it. Daphne dies and she is like in the place between like death and earth, like living and dying. And there's been a mistake, basically. Like someone is informing her, oh, like you might not have to stay here. If she can like go back to Earth and find the love of her life in 3 days or something like that, then she can stay, and if not, then she will for sure die. I don't know. How Leah Crumpton described it, I picked it up. So this is the next book. Ugly cover. Okay. Book 4. It wouldn't focus and then I dropped it. Featuring an animal on the cover. Robin Hobb's Assistant's Apprentice. Assassin's Apprentice, not Assistant's Apprentice. The Raven Boys. I do want to read this, but I don't know if this should be like more of a fall read. I'm kind of getting that vibe from this book. Oh, I want to read this. Why Fish Don't Exist. A dragon. I'm curious about this dragon book. Possibly that. I think I'm gonna pick this one. My sister gave me this. She gave me quite a few books recently, and I'm like she gave me this one, and I'm reading this one. She gave me this one. It's very interesting. I'm enjoying all the books she gave me. And this one, I've already looked at purchasing the next books in this series because I think this cover is really cool. And this looks, it's like an older dragon fantasy book. This says, high in the mountains, deep in the safety of a cave, a brood of dragons is born. The 4 young ones are among the last of the dying breed, the final hope for dragon survival. But hope shatters when a mysterious group of slave-trading dwarves break into the cave, leaving death and destruction in its wake. Only young Aaron, a rare, scaleless gray dragon, manages to escape. Armed with nothing save wit, claws, and boundless determination to survive, he seeks his kind, but to find other dragons, or at least discover who's killing them off, Aaron will have to search a world of mercenary elves, vicious humans, and the danger of all kinds. Winning allies in the strangest places and finding himself along the way, Aaron embarks on the journey of a 1,000-year lifetime. That sounds like classic fantasy, like dwarves and elves and dragons. That sounds so interesting to me. And it's a short book. It's 350 pages. I'm so curious. So this will be my next pick. And just like, look at this cover, so cool. I'm so happy with that. Okay, pick 5? Yeah. Cover that feels nostalgic. I feel like the Raven Boys would fit under that. Oh, that's a hard one. I feel like both of these feel nostalgic, very like YA fantasy, but this is book 2. If this were book 1, I would pick it, but this is book 2 in the series, so I can't pick it. But this one, Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. This is also on my 26 for 2026. Oh, maybe I should pick this. This one feels very nostalgic. Like I don't know when this came out, but I feel like 2017. Okay, so I thought this came out like when I was younger, but no. So I was thinking like, why didn't I read this when I was younger? But no, it's not that old. It sounds awful. I have no idea what this book is about. I just know that it is a beloved YA fantasy. I think this is fantasy. Like, I can't believe I don't know what this is about, but it is the same author who wrote Daughters of Bone and Smoke, which I have here. I just am missing book 1. So I thought about picking that, but I don't have book 1. So I'm thinking maybe this, and it is on my 26 for 2026. I just really want to love it. And I don't think I'm going to even read the synopsis because I want to go in super blind. Yeah, I'm gonna pick this for book cover that is nostalgic. I feel like since joining YouTube, I knew I was going to read this, and I got this, sorry, I'm glaring. I got this at a library sale for like 50 cents and I couldn't believe it. Like, I already went through the like aisle and didn't see it. And then the second time I went down, I was like, how has no one else picked this up? Because by the time I like got there, which was like when it opened, people were already in there and like had stacks of books. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna find anything, but I found this. So I'm excited. I'm also nervous because I really want to love it. I recently read some YA books that I thought were gonna be like super good, and I didn't like them, so I was disappointed. I don't want to be disappointed by Stranger the Dreamer. This is pick 6. A knee on the cover. I think this one's funny. A knee on the cover. So that would be, I feel like this stack would have more. There's more people, I feel, on my cart. So the aspect of essence would work. This is the indie edition. I don't know if this has been picked up and changed, but this would work. So with this, excuse me, the Empire of Silence. Oh, I'm so nervous to read this because I think this is gonna be a dense sci-fi. I don't know if I want to pick that up just yet. Children of Fallen Gods. This is the book. When I wrote that prompt, I thought of this one. I was like, I know I can see her knees in this book. And I've thought about just listening to this one because I listened to book 1 and loved it. This was really fun. So should I listen to this month? Should this be my knee on the cover? Like, I feel like I'm not holding back this month and picking like bigger books or books that I've been holding off on reading. And I almost picked this up last month anyway. Okay, I'm gonna pick this. I'm gonna pick Children of Fallen Gods by Carissa Broadbent. This is the second book in the War of Lost Hearts trilogy. Book 1 is about, I'm gonna have to, I've considered rereading book 1 or looking up a summary, but it says life, and it's like I couldn't tell you exactly what it's about by my just memory. A life in slavery taught Tisana, I think that's how you say it, how to survive with nothing but a sharp eye, a quick mind, and a touch of magic. But the night she tried to buy her freedom, she nearly paid with her life. Instead, she murdered the most powerful man in thrall. Forced to flee, she has only one chance on saving those she left behind, pledging herself to the Orders. This sounds a little familiar. An organization of magic wielders strong enough to destroy their former masters. To earn her place, Tisana is forced into an apprenticeship with Max, a handsome and reclusive fire wielder who despises the Orders. He has no interest in helping her, but as the Orders grip tightens around them, his bloody past may be the key to her future and her downfall. Under looming war, Tisana must master her magic and survive the Order's demands. As her feelings for Max deepen, she is forced to decide how much she is willing to trade away for revenge. The Orders have bigger plans for Tisana, darker plans, but Tisana will stop at nothing to save those she abandoned. Even if it means forfeiting her freedom and sacrificing her heart, even if it means wielding death itself. I feel like I remember the beginning and the end of this book, and I remember her relationship with Max because I think this is a really good example of slow burn and a very like grumpy male interest. And I like that because I don't think there is spice in book 1, like at all, if I'm remembering correctly. Like I think this is supposed to be a really slow burn series, like really slow. So I'm gonna pick up, I'm trying to decide if I want to reread book 1, but I'm going to pick up book 2, which is significantly thicker. So that's my next pick. All right, the last pick, because this stack's looking pretty big. I can't see. 3-word title. Is this book good? I regret. I'm thinking I'm not gonna like this series. I'm trying to figure out exactly what Darcy Coates books I like, and I think this is gonna fall under the ones that I don't. But if anyone has read this and it's like amazing, please let me know. Emperor of Silence. Aspect of Essence. Oh no, that's the Aspect of Essence. The Bell Jar. The Bell Jar only has 3 words. This might be a good pick. Shadow and Bone, The Raven Boys, The Bone Ships. We already have a really dense fantasy, really a lot. I'm curious about this. Okay, I think we add The Bell Jar because this might actually fit in with another book that I'm going to read this month. I just know that this is a loved classic. I don't know really anything about this other than it's about a woman, I think. And I love this edition. I think I got this in Scotland. I think it was Scotland. I at one point I like knew I wanted this edition, and I think this is a Faber and Faber UK edition. Oh yeah, it's UK. Working as an intern for a New York fashion magazine in the summer of 1953, Esther Greenwood is on the brink of her future. Yet she is also on the edge of darkness that makes her world increasingly unreal. Esther's vision of the world shimmers and shifts, day to day living in the sultry city, her crazed man friends, and hot dinner dances. That's cool, like 1950s, this should be really interesting. I'm really excited to read this, and I put off reading it because I think I'm gonna like it. So that will be my next read. However, I'm also going to read another classic that I'm so excited. I'm going to read Fyodor Dostoevsky's Notes from Underground. This edition's so cool, and I love this. This will be my first Russian classic. I have been watching videos on Dostoevsky's books and where you should start, and it's either Notes from Underground or White Nights, but I can't decide which edition of White Nights I want, and this is for sure the edition I wanted of this book. But I want to read Crime and Punishment this year too, but I thought let's start with a short one. Let's see if I enjoy his writing. This is supposed to be pretty dark, and which I think his writing just is. I think is dark. So this is about, okay, I thought the back was a synopsis, but it's not. I think we're following a man who is not like a good man, not a great man, and I believe he is kind of recounting his life, and it's supposed to be sad. And I think we're kind of supposed to hate him a little bit, but he's kind of recounting maybe why he is the way he is. I don't want to know a whole lot going into this. I want to go in pretty blind, but that's what I understand about it from the very short reviews I've seen. But this author also wrote Crime and Punishment, the brothers Karamazov. I can't say it. So I'm very excited. I feel like I'm really getting into classics more, and I'm building up my collection, and I want to read Russian classics. So I think this is a really good short one to start with, to see if I like his writing and want to read his like longer books. So this one I'm just gonna add to the stack. Are you ready for this stack? This is pretty ambitious, but I'm trying not to be intimidated. This is the stack for May. We have the Chronicles of the Black Company, of Blood and Fire, but I may not pick that one. I'm gonna speak to my sister. Of The Love of My Afterlife, The Dragon, or no, just Dragon Champion, Strange the Dreamer, Children of Fallen Gods, The Bell Jar, Dostoevsky's Notes from Underground, and then The Wolf and the Raven. And then what I'm going to do is, these are my physical books. My neighbors are outside. These are the physical books I'm gonna read, and then I add audiobooks just kind of throughout the month that are just mood reads. I have some Kristen that I really wanna read. So this is the stack, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to read them. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you don't know what to comment below, comment a butterfly, because these are both butterfly. They both have butterflies. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.